So this year's Super Bowl was definitely not what most people expected. Most people expected a close game between two of the best teams in the NFL. Top-ranked defense in Seattle, top-ranked offense in Denver. Peyton Manning going head-to-head with Richard Sherman, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch. The receiving core that they got, but obviously everybody watched the game and it ended up not being a game. From the first play of the game with the safety, over Peyton's head, which you rarely see from an offense run by him. He was just never in sync with his receivers in the passing game. They had pressure on in his face all day long. I mean, they got a physical big secondary that jams the receivers at the line. So, guys weren't really able to get free releases off the line of scrimmage and really make too much of an impact on that top-ranked defense. In terms of Peyton Manning's legacy, I don't think this game really diminishes his legacy at all. He's still a Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, in my opinion. He's been doing it for a long time. He's 37 years old, and the season that he had with 55 touchdowns, 10 picks, over 5,500 yards passing is second to none by anybody. His place in history shouldn't be affected by an entire team performance. Denver's defense definitely didn't show up to play. They got manhandled by Russell Wilson. Lynch didn't even really have a big game, but the Percy Harvin also had a big game with the kick return, which kind of sealed it. Peyton's still Peyton, in my opinion. He's still one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and this game by his entire team, look, the collective body of work should not diminish what he's done and can still do, because his career is definitely not even close to being over. You might think it is because he's 37, but he's still, I feel, has a lot left in the tank. He's got another 3 years or so that he could be out there playing at that level. So I expect him in a weaker AFC, with maybe the Patriots challenging them to be possibly right back in the big game next year in Arizona. So, we'll see what happens. Richard Sherman is definitely, without question, the best cornerback in the game based on, backing up his statements. He played lights out before the injury, in the game also. He's an intimidating presence on the outside. A lot of these receivers don't see a guy of his stature and, playmaking ability at that position in the NFL. So, he definitely backed up his statement. Seattle was, in my opinion, the best complete team throughout the entire year. Maybe San Francisco was the second best, which I think that was pretty much the Super Bowl anyway. But, Peyton shouldn't be overlooked as, a top-notch quarterback. And I think that Seattle's defense showed why they were the number one defense in the league throughout the season with this game. So, unfortunately, it wasn't the game that we all wanted. We all planned on. Guys who bet Seattle definitely did well. But, in the end, it was still a great build-up with, the New York City, New Jersey Super Bowl. We shouldn't overlook the fact that it was in New Jersey, but most people did. So, it was a great experience for the tri-state area and drew a lot of fan attention, especially with the weather coming out and being good as opposed to what, it was supposed to be leading up to the game. So those are my takeaways from this year's Super Bowl. Hopefully that we can get it back in the tri-state area at MetLife Stadium sooner rather than later. Take it easy, guys.